Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, Moltrap here. This is the winner's match of Group G of the Bigfile MSL, round of 32, game 3 of the group. And I apologize that I might be a little frustrated because my video is still skipping. I figured out. I'm just gonna have to deal with it though. I won't bother explaining, but anyway, I'll try not to mention it again. Point being, this is the winner's match. This is Stats versus C. Stats is going yellow Protoss in the sort of left-hand side, bottom leftish, and C brown Terran in the bottom rightish area. And excuse me, both these players trying to make it into the round of 16 of the MSL. Stats, you know, to be honest, I don't remember if he's ever been in a round of 16. He may have been in a round of 16 before. I don't recall. But Stats definitely has not really ever made a name for himself in the individual leagues. He's been a solid player in the Pro League, and he's definitely been a contender. You know, he's been in the lower levels of the Star Leagues before, but he's never really, you know, made it big. He's never been in the high levels of the Star Leagues. So this is his chance. You know, if he can make it in the round of 16, that's pretty far in already. You know, that's close. Anyway, so that would be a big step for Stats to be able to get that far in. Anyway, C at the same time, he has been in several Star Leagues. He's been in many Star Leagues. He's considered a very high level player. Let's see. What leagues has he been in? Sorry, I'm looking at stats. Stats. Stats is actually better than I expected. He's actually 57.5% win rate overall career. So I really did not expect that. Actually, he's he's one of those, you know, mid-level players, sort of second tier. But I didn't realize he'd really stepped up his game that much recently, and has actually been winning a decent amount. Anyway, but let's see. Why is but yeah, this would be a big deal though for Stats to be able to get into a Star League and get up there and actually, you know, have a chance to prove himself. He's been doing very well lately, and so you know, this is his chance to actually turn that into some actual fame, some actual status. Anyway, never mind. This is Triathlon, by the way. It's been a fun map. It's the one with the neutral arbiters that are floating around above neutral lurker eggs. So basically, the lurker eggs are cloaked, so they prevent an invisible barrier that you can skip probes through, but you cannot walk through. But then if you can kill the arbiter, or if you can get detection over those eggs, you can kill them and open up those gaps. Anyway, that's what's going on with this map. And so we see often, because of that, because you have an extra base kind of behind your ramp that's blocked by these arbiters, it's relatively safe. It can be a little bit unsafe because, you know, we see here C getting an extra base and behind his base, and you can protect both with your ramp. And obviously, Stats has already gone for a very quick Nexus, and he has gotten it on his ramp as well, so he's going to be in very good economic shape. But oh, Zealot, not quite. Oh, just a couple hits left. Oh, one more hit. Oh man, one more hit on that SCV will kill it from that Zealot, but the SCV is going to get in. Whoa, Zealot, the SCV paused for just a moment there. He's going to run down here, and oh, is he going to, oh, I didn't see what happened there. I'm not sure exactly what happened. I think he might have seen that assimilator, though, and known there's an extra base down there. But anyway, yes, so C has gotten in there. Both players gotten very fast expansions. We see a lot of macro games on this map because of that, because you can get that quick second base very easily. And anyway, this game is starting to look a lot like another game that I watched earlier today, which I did not cast, Jangby versus Fantasy on this map, shaped up a lot like this is shaping up. Even down to the single Dragoon hitting the Arbiter while the single Marine hits the Arbiter on the other end. That's what's going on at the beginning of Jangby vs. Fantasy. Pretty good game, actually. Later on in the game, it was a very good game. It was kind of took a long time to really gear up and get anything going. Anyway, by the way, oh, I was going to mention before, yeah, So if you want some random games that were good, where are they? I got them written down. Hoja versus Jangbi and Classic versus Harangi were both very, very good games, and I believe Deja Vu casted one of those. I think it was Hoja versus Jangbi. Jangbi want someone to cast them, but if you want some Korean games, some non-commentary games that are fun to watch, those were really, really good games. If I remember, I'll put the links in the video description of this video. Anyway, so yeah, so now you can see how he's hammered through those eggs. So now he's gonna be able to get them in, but it is a little bit risky sometimes because if the other player rushes some kind of a drop, it can be really hard to defend your extra base because you've got eggs in the way. You can't bring your own forces back. Anyway, so both times, especially these days, will now that we've seen more of this map, will very quickly try and kill those eggs off to try and get a supply route to their extra base so that they can get in there and defend it if necessary. Both players again going for third bases now. I don't know. Third base. Sorry. Both players trying to get their third bases up. C has gotten his command center planted, and look at this, only off one factory. So both players just not really building much at all. Both players just going for almost all econ here. So we're going to see similar game to Fantasy Jangbi, just a build up and then some bigger battles once they got their macro going, I guess. Third base is going to be lifted up and floated over, and it's kind of an interesting place for him to put that third base as well. Surprised that he didn't build it sort of closer down. I guess maybe he was trying to decide. I don't know. Anyway, but he could take that. Oh, sorry, another surprise yawn. Caught me off guard there. Again, sorry, I haven't slept much the last couple days. So he's going to get that base floated down, and it's interesting he had it so far up to float it all the way down there. Anyway, both players macroing up here, and staying about even in bases as well. Stats is going to get, he got his first base, Stats got his second base up earlier than C did. But now they're going to get their third bases up around the same time, and some Stargates going down for Stats here in the bottom. Could we see a third Stargate? A third Stargate going up down there. Could we see some carriers? Maybe we're going to see some carriers. Are we going to see some carriers? Where's the fleet beacon? Show me the money. Show me the fleet beacon. Come on, probe. You're sitting there. You're sitting there. I know you want to. I know you want to build it. There you go. Fleet beacon. And Stats very, very wisely put his tech in 2 different locations so it can be scouted twice as easily. I like that move. Anyway, and I do have comsats actually. Yeah, never mind, because I remember seeing Academy earlier. Armory going up, so he's probably already spotted these Stargates if he's got the armory going up. Well, I mean, he might just be getting it for upgrades, but regardless, he is going to have the ability to make Goliaths. We're probably going to see him scout that out pretty quick. He's got 2 comsat stations. He's got a third going up now, so he's got plenty of scans to go around to see exactly what Stats is doing. So he's probably been keeping very close tabs on what Stats has been doing, and Stats has been keeping close tabs on him. We've seen some observers running around. So anyway, so he's just been pumping out tanks from that one factory and barely building anything else except for econ and infrastructure. A couple more factories without machine shops now, and a couple more going down. So see, I'm not sure what he's planning on doing here. He may in fact even just go for another base. He may just play real macro heavy and go for a 4th base. Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like he's doing. He's setting up his forces in some tiers here in the middle of the map to protect a 4th base. So C is just not even going for forces at all. He could, theoretically plant down 3 extra facts, make a big push and send a ton of units, but he's just going to play a macro game and try and get bases and try and go for mass econ instead. Maybe he doesn't feel safe attacking there. I'm not sure exactly there. Maybe he knows that Stats is in the middle of a tech switch. Well, not really a tech switch, just in the middle of a tech to carriers, and he's building those carriers right now. So C has an opportunity where expand maybe a little bit more. But he does need to get some Goliaths out at some point. He's got plenty of tanks at the moment. But he needs to get some of those tanks. He's only got 4 vultures running around there. He can make some more pretty easily, but he needs to make sure he has support for those tanks. Otherwise,